With 565 municipalities and currently 581 local school districts, New Jersey has earned its reputation as a home rule state, a quality that is valued by many. For generations, at the state level, political leaders have looked to regionalization as a way to promote cost savings. At the local level, school leaders have studied the potential for regionalization to preserve and expand educational programming. So why does New Jersey, with a land area of 8,729 square miles, have 581 local school districts? A look at previous laws that guided our state's geopolitical development provides part of the answer. And a look at current statute explains why it's so very difficult for school districts to regionalize, even when local boards of education support the effort. So let's turn back the calendar 124 years to 1893. At that time, New Jersey had over 1,400 school districts, one for each city, one for each borough, and one for each individual schoolhouse in the state's sprawling rural townships. In that decade, the legislature passed laws to restructure local government. One statute set school district boundaries along municipal lines, eliminating instances of multiple school districts within townships, and therefore reducing the number of districts statewide from 1,408 to 374. At approximately the same time, legislation encouraged the creation of new municipalities. With the steady increase in the number of municipalities, the number of school districts began to multiply. Attempts to promote school district mergers began as early as the mid-1890s and extended through the 20th century. In 1931, the state's first true regionalization law permitted the creation of the regional districts that we see today. In 1954, the state offered incentive aid to encourage regionalization. It resulted in more high school regional districts, but no real reduction in the total number of school districts statewide. Various state school funding formulas provided financial incentives to regionalize. In 1999, the state enacted 2 statutes to encourage the study and implementation of regionalization and shared services. One initiative, the Regional Efficiency Development Incentive Program, or REDI, provided grants to cover the cost of feasibility studies. These studies are essential in determining whether regionalization will produce financial and educational benefits. Unfortunately, the REDI program has long since expired. Along with incentives came a steady stream of state-sponsored studies of regionalization. In 1969, the Department of Education sponsored a study known informally as the Mancuso Report. It recommended merging all school districts into K-12 units with at least 3,500 students each. In 1980, another state-sponsored report called for a case-by-case review of elementary-only school districts. In 1991, a commission appointed by Governor Jim Florio recommended merging all school districts into K-12 units, resulting in fewer than 250 statewide. These reports and others promoted public debate, but did not result in any change in school district structure. In 1999, the State Assembly Task Force on School District Regionalization encouraged communities to consider regionalization on a case-by-case basis, but it cautioned, school regionalization does not automatically reap major savings or improve the quality of education. In fact, some studies have shown the converse. The most recent state initiative to encourage regionalization resulted from the Uniform Shared Service and Consolidation Act of 2007. It created the position of Executive County Superintendent. His or her responsibilities included studying the consolidation of all of the county school districts into K-12 units and eliminating non-operating school districts. Another 2007 law allowed the merger of county vocational and county special services school boards, which does not require voter approval. As a result of these laws, 13 of the state's 26 non-operating districts were merged with neighboring districts, and in 4 counties, the special services and vocational school boards were combined. But beyond these changes, school district merger is a rarity. The most recent voter-approved regionalization took place in 2013, resulting in the creation of the new K-12 South Hunterdon Regional School District. Prior to that, there was an 18-year gap in voter-approved regionalization. In fact, since 1982, there have been only 5 instances of voters approving regionalization plans. It's not that local school boards haven't been open to the discussion. During the first decade of this century, several school boards studied the feasibility of regionalizing with their neighbors. Examples include the West Morris Regional High School District and its 4 constituent elementary school districts, Farmingdale with Howell Township, and Andover Regional with Greene Township. In almost all cases, the proposals did not move forward because taxes would have increased in at least one of the municipalities. Today, several financial and statutory obstacles to regionalization remain in place. Here are 6 major ones. First, cost reapportionment. For school districts to regionalize, a majority of voters in each constituent municipality must approve the proposal. That can be a hard sell. Taxes will usually increase in at least one community. Second, changes in state and federal aid. When districts merge, changes in assessed property valuation, average resident income, and demographics may occur. This could result in less state and federal aid flowing into the newly formed district than the total funds that were received by the constituent districts before they regionalized. Third, the cost of feasibility studies. Knowing the educational and financial impact of regionalization is necessary for local school boards and voters who are considering school district mergers. Feasibility studies do not come cheap, and currently there is no state financial support to pay for them. Fourth, debt payments. Regionalization is like a marriage. One district's debt becomes a shared responsibility for the new entity. Fifth, employment costs. Under state law, the salary guide for the newly formed regional school district must be that of the largest and frequently highest paying district prior to regionalization. Sixth, the difficulty to de-regionalize. Breaking up is hard to do. Ironically, the complex process to de-regionalize can serve as disincentive for districts that might otherwise be receptive to merging. It's important to note, however, that the large number of school districts has not stood in the way of success. Recognized measurements, such as the National Assessment of Educational Progress and Education Week's annual Quality Counts report, rank New Jersey's public schools near the top nationwide in terms of student achievement. Nor has the number of districts driven up administrative costs. According to a 2016 report from the U.S. Department of Education, New Jersey's public schools spend below the national average on school and district administration. Only 6 other states spend a smaller share of the current expense budgets towards administration. Nonetheless, regionalization may benefit communities and their students, especially when the driving force is educational improvement. While school district regionalization and consolidation is neither easy nor quick, it is possible, as South Hunterdon shows.